Welcome to Softcore History.
Welcome back to Softcore History. I'm your host, despite my current appearance, Dan Regester. I assure you, it is me. And I am joined, as always, by the great Rob Fox.
Look at you, you twink. No beard. You're just a little soy boy now.
It appears that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah, I said this on another show. Your beard's already halfway back.
I know, I shaved last night.
Yeah.
And I got a little stubble right now.
No, that's not a little stubble. That is fucking thick.
It's not even, it's like past 5 o'clock shadow.
You could sand down wood with that. It's thick.
It would be hard to headlock you. You could probably just rub someone's inside arm raw.
Didn't you remember when you headlocked Gleason and he
Yes,
fucked
he
up
did
your
that.
arm?
He did that. I still,
Do you still have a scar?
it's so tiny now, but there's like a little mark here from where he was like, with his chin. Yeah.
Because he's got just as thick a fucking 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Listen, I talked about this. I like to change things up. There's no rhyme or reason. It's all impulse.
You said you were jealous of your girlfriend because she gets to fuck like 4 different dudes?
Yeah.
What is it, like Fat Dan, Buff Dan, Beard Dan, Clean Dan?
Twink Dan?
Twink Dan.
I can go mustache
Otter
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
Maybe I go with a soul patch here and
Variety's the
there.
spice of life,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You should have her shave her head and just buy a bunch of wigs.
Or
do
not.
that, yeah.
Just shave her head.
I mean, she doesn't even have to shave her head. She could just wear the wig.
No.
No.
Commit to the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The other voice, of course, is Jake.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Dan's mad at Jake.
You know what? Dan's really mad at me for not having a good sode last week, I hear.
Of course, from time to time, we have a bad episode, and I'm going to take no responsibility for it last week. It was your topic.
Yeah, you chimed in 0.
Yeah.
You did not talk to me. You looked away the entire episode. Also,
I was disgusted.
Yeah, also, quick note. Dan started this episode with visual humor.
Yeah.
Just right at the top of the podcast.
Right.
Oh, I look like, despite
at
my
me.
appearance.
For like 100 views we get on YouTube.
Yeah.
We have a very robust listener base.
Yeah.
Video is a bit secondary.
Hey, we're catching up.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Dan's, this is just an a canvas art episode.
I
It's
actually
like, look at this one. This is ridiculous.
The
I
history
shaved-
of Rorschach.
I shaved my beard because I was so disgusted with the episode that I appeared on last week.
No,
You
now
didn't
you're
want
blaming
any
me.
crumbs from the episode to hang around.
You didn't want that suck getting stuck in your beard.
So, like anybody that watched on YouTube last week, there's a completely different character now that's on your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just multiple personality syndrome that I suffer from.
Now, do you make
disorder,
love?
whatever.
Do you make love differently? Because you said that your girlfriend gets to have different dudes.
Yeah.
But do you do stuff different?
I feel like Bearded Dan is solely doggy,
Okay.
more animalistic.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more civilized Dan. So lift and carry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not missionary kiss on the cheek.
I don't really like missionary at all.
Some Catholic you are.
Yeah, dude.
I know. But what's up, boys? How's your week going so far?
Dece, I guess. Yeah, can't complain.
Did a little Christmas party with your company?
I did. Actually, speaking of which, a longtime listener of a couple of our shows, Aurelio, was there. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I
Yeah.
mean, I talk to him in the DMs every now and then.
Yeah, he was
He
there.
works with you, right?
Yeah, I think he just, I don't care at this point. Anyone that doesn't know this, I work at the Chive/Atmosphere. So I think Aurelio is part of
Do
Atmosphere.
you like Bill Murray?
No comment.
Was Bill there?
Bill Murray was not there.
Well, who cares then?
Yeah, I know. Why even have a party?
Yeah. It's fucking dumb.
But no, yeah, I got to see him. Talked to him for a minute. It was good. Thanks for saying what's up to me, man. I really enjoyed talking to you. That was cool.
Yeah, way to talk to your coworker.
We don't technically work in the same department, but yeah.
Be like,
You're
oh,
he's acting like you're better than your coworker. You're like, hey man, yeah, thanks for shouting me out, little guy.
it's like, yeah, before the show, I was actually talking to Joel.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I don't usually interact with Joel. I try not to, but, he's switching for us, so I figured I'd give him, like, a what's up.
Give him a shout. Give him a nod.
This is like worse than the time you're like, why would you call them a fan? They're a listener. It's like, well, if they listen, they're probably a fan.
What if all of our listeners are hate listeners?
So fuck
We
these
just
guys.
have like thousands of people that are like, these fucking pieces of
I'll take
fucking
that.
shit.
I will take that
Still
ad
getting
revenue
paid.
all day.
Still
yeah.
getting paid.
That's like the pretty much like entire like
That's how
TV news model.
I was about to say that's Howard Stern's model. That's fucking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of
Hate
people like
watch.
Shock Rock,
Hate watch.
Lex and Terry.
I'm sure there's people that don't hate listen to us, but they're probably just so used to our voices that it just becomes like a weekly tradition. They don't necessarily enjoy any of the content that we're putting out. But
They
they're just
wouldn't
like,
miss us if we died.
Right. But they're just like, it's just kind of habit at this point.
Yeah. It's just like, meh.
New episode doesn't come out, and they're like, huh.
Oh,
They just move on. Yeah.
Whatever. Their lives are totally unaffected.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this week, it's my topic. I'm doing Christmas traditions and characters and their creepy, weird past.
Now, Jake, Christmas is a Christian holiday
Okay.
in which we celebrate the beginning of a life you ended.
I personally ended it. I want to let everyone know that I'm a time traveling Jew. And when I was at the Sermon on the Mount, I started being like, this guy's a little uppity.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Fun fact, Jake was the guy who he started the Barabbas chant.
That's too deep cut for me.
They were going to free either Jesus or this actual like criminal terrorist Barabbas. Like for whatever reason, the Roman governor Pontius Pilate was like, "All right, it's a holiday." It was like, I think it was for Passover. It's like, "All right, it's Passover. I'll let a prisoner go." And like,
that's how the turkey thing got started.
Yeah,
And Thanksgiving.
Like,
yeah.
He's like, "You got this hippie. We can let this hippie out.
Revolutionary.
Or there's this fucking terrorist zealot. I guess pick one of these two, and then
I'm gonna wash
like
my hands.
Jesus' followers were like Jesus, and then everyone was like, "Hey, fuck Jesus, Barabbas! Give me Barabbas, bro!"
Barabbas had better, he just had better delivery.
Yeah,
Yeah. Jesus was a socialist.
We should do an episode on what happens to Barabbas after the fact.
actually, that'll be a companion show to Teen Jesus. It's just post jail Barabbas.
Yes.
Just goes back to his ways.
He just tries to like clean up his life of crime and just try to go straight.
He wasn't a criminal. He was a nationalist terrorist.
That's kind of dope.
He tries to go straight, and
I'm
it just
pro
doesn't work.
Rome. I'm pro
Yeah.
Rome.
Pro Empire.
Yeah, I'm pro Empire. So
Yeah.
So the first tradition we're going to start with is, of course, the classic Christmas stocking hanging over the fireplace.
yes.
So we actually posted this.
Now, Jake, a fireplace.
Whoa. You don't have to get me acquainted with fire. Our people know a lot about that. Okay. Now, stocking. What's that?
So we actually on our Instagram posted on St. Nicholas Day that St. Nicholas is the patron saint of prostitutes.
Many things. So saints, because I guess there's more things than saints somehow, even though there are literally thousands of saints. Patron saints, they like quadruple and more up on things. You know what I mean? Like no one's a patron saint of just one thing.
They add things too. Like there's the patron saint of the internet. That's a thing.
Yeah. Who is it? I don't know.
forget.
We could probably look it up, but
I don't want to.
yeah, it's fine. But
Saint
yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg.
it could be Saint Mark.
Saint
Never know.
Zuck.
Yeah. But yeah, St. Nicholas is the patron saint of a lot of things.
It would be Al Gore if there was a patron saint.
Is he Catholic?
He might be. Actually, I believe he is.
Really?
I think I don't know. I think he is. I
I bet
can't.
he's not. He's from Tennessee.
Tipper Gore just sounds like a. That sounds very.
I don't remember.
That sounds very Protestant.
I don't remember people talking about him being Catholic when he ran in 2000.
Seems like it would be a big deal.
Yeah.
Not as
In
much.
2000, I think it's still a big deal.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, anyway, patron saint of prostitutes.
Yeah, so this tradition actually dates back to the 4th century, where an old man loses his wife to a long battle with a painful illness and is stuck with 3 unmarried daughters in what is now modern-day Turkey.
Oh, boy.
So he made some bad investments, and he didn't have the coin for dowries to marry them off to become someone else's
Well,
problem.
to shove them off.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like you didn't just take a chick. You're like, I'll take this fucking thing you call a daughter, but
But you got to pay up.
Yeah.
Where did that turn?
It doesn't feel. That's an odd way for the market to work, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Right.
It feels like
Give me a gift so I'll take your daughter
It
away.
feels like they should be paying for the daughter,
right?
if anything.
That's why I'm saying, like, when did that turn?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, does it turn? I mean, it's still tradition that the bride's dad pays for the wedding, for example.
And there are dowries in certain cultures still.
Yeah, a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, India, just dowry city.
Yeah. It's the demise of a lot of female babies, unfortunately.
What? Dowries?
The dowry system.
It's
Yeah.
like, I'm too poor to have a girl. Just give me a boy.
yeah.
Then I get paid.
Yikes.
It's a bad. What I'm trying to say is that having a baby girl is a bad investment.
Obviously, since they couldn't afford to be the wife, they only had one other option in 4th century Turkey, and that was prostitution.
Well, sometimes you got to make your dowry
What is
by
the
doing wife stuff.
practicing wife things. Wife practice. That's what we should call prostitution.
That's what we just call sex.
Wife practice.
Yeah. T-shirt.
Practicing wife?
No, just wife practice.
What does that mean?
Wife practice coach.
Jesus. No. You can make that.
So their old man would just go bumbling through the town drunk, talking about how much of a failure he was allowed to no one in particular.
Well,
That he was gonna
at
have
least
to-
he knew.
He was going to have to pimp out his daughters to some brothel.
Dead wife. Pimping out daughters is option B.
Yeah, God.
Yes, he is a loser. So
Yes. He
Dead
doesn't have.
wife who had to go through like a long terminal.
imagine if my wife died and I was like, just turned to my son and I was like, sorry, Rory, it's time to start turning tricks.
Time to put out, buddy.
I don't have any other. I can't think of anything else.
I'm really not one for creative solutions.
Yeah.
So open that hole.
Again, he's a bad investor too. You know,
He was bad at a lot of things.
bad at gambling.
But this guy had a lot of magic beans.
What was he
that didn't
gambling?
sprout.
Was he gambling on chariot racing?
Probably.
Yeah.
4th century Turkey. Maybe.
You would think so.
He's a big red team guy.
Yeah.
You know, he was all about the whites.
Yeah.
The most notably the worst team of the chariot
Yeah.
racing. Go ahead and listen to that episode.
We are still Team White, though.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Go Whites.
Yeah.
Because we're not front runners.
Did we make that T-shirt?
No.
We wanted to.
What was it?
We had a good conversation about it.
It was
It's like-
it was just go whites on the front, and on the back it was just an explanation of
Like-
chariot racing.
It was like, listen, here's the deal.
Yeah.
So there's 4 teams. There's different colors. It would cost a lot of money to print the explanation on the back.
But the exposition of it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, because there would be 4 shirts. What would be red? There was red, blue, green, white, right?
Yeah.
So there would just be 3 that were go red,
Yeah.
go reds, go greens, go blues. No
whites.
explanations.
Yeah.
Then the go whites one had to have the
You have to have all 4.
asterisk.
You have to buy all 4 for it to make sense.
Yeah.
It's a T-shirt.
You have to
package.
carry them around with you. Yeah. You need like a
The other
small
3
duffel.
just in a bag. Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy all 4, you get a duffel bag for free.
It's a good deal.
So while he was in town complaining, I guess a man by the name of, you guessed it, Nicholas, overheard him. He's also referred to in some retellings as Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas.
He was a Greek bishop. He decided to help out discreetly because I guess like the drunk, poor old man
Someone had to be discreet in this.
didn't want any handouts.
You know, I don't want anything from you. My daughters are gonna fuck for their money. I'm not some piece of shit. Just let me prostitute my daughters.
So rather than just give this drunk,
Admirable.
poor fool the money directly because he was apparently too proud to receive help, he took 3 bags of gold.
Not too proud to let the entire town fuck his daughters.
Pride's an interesting thing, Rob. You see, I know some people that would rather get fucked than ever take a handout from
Yeah.
the government. I'm not that person.
Seems selective.
We're
Yeah.
getting
like
fucked
selective.
one way or another
Yeah.
by the government. So I might as well get that handout.
Think about the implications, man.
You-
What's really worse?
Yeah.
Right? The implication, like what you're like, you know, allowing to happen by getting a government
Yeah.
handout.
Think about the
or
cost-
20 guys paying gold coins to fuck your daughters. What's really worse? 30,000 foot view.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin my constitution as a human being by
Right.
just taking things I don't work
Right.
for. I'd much rather just get lambasted by bachelor after bachelor and just be filled up.
Just have drunk, sloppy dudes run train on your 3 precious daughters.
That's an honest day's work. You know, like yeah,
Sex work is work.
yeah. No, it is. I actually don't. I don't mind either thing here.
Fucking legalize it, bro.
Yeah.
I totally agree. But
Yeah, I'm not one for dads pimping their daughters for money.
There's a difference, yeah.
There needs to. There's a whole.
it's not a
Yeah.
great option for debt consolidation.
No,
or
no, 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 no,
cancellation.
no. I've seen Requiem for a Dream too many times.
Yeah.
Still better than the option I used with Discover. So
Get sued. Oh yeah. Are we allowed to talk about that lawsuit? Sorry.
I think it's still ongoing, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm...
Do you have a lawyer checking in on that?
No, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he took 3 bags of gold, broke into their house through the chimney, and left the bags and the stockings drying over the fireplace. They obviously found the gold the next day and could all now afford to be what every girl dreams of being as a child, a respectable, ignored housewife.
Yes.
That's right.
And not some dirty independent contractor working the corner.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. You guys listen to Charlie Brown soundtrack?
Oh, fun though. I didn't actually put this into the rundown, but Charlie Brown, the Christmas special, was actually a Coca-Cola ad.
Really?
The entire thing?
The whole thing was like designed to be a Coca-Cola ad.
I actually think that
would-
just Christmas might be a Coca-Cola ad.
Actually, yeah. Polar bears, Santa Clauses.
It's making so much sense.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm fine.
And for this reason, St. Nicholas is the patron saint of prostitutes, which honestly doesn't make any sense because the women never actually turned a single trick.
Oh, they never whored once?
Yeah, so he prevented them from being prostitutes.
Right.
If anything, he's an enemy of prostitutes.
Yeah.
He's anti-prostitution.
Well, no, he's keeping the market not as saturated.
That's true.
suppose
That's
that
better
is true.
to prostitutes.
Helped with the wages for sure.
Yeah. But then again, you can't collectively bargain with not enough people, so it's hard to set a rate that way.
Yeah.
But then people can undercut. So, the market for prostitution is just a whole complexity that I can't get into right now. So
That's a whole nother episode, yeah.
the history of whores with
Yeah.
Jake Goldman.
So that is the creepy past of Christmas stockings. So every time you fill up a stocking at home, just think you're saving some prostitutes or future prostitutes.
Yeah, like my child. I put a chocolate, Santa in his stocking. He doesn't have to go turn tricks for a chocolate Santa.
Do you just not put anything in Courtney's?
Nah, she does what she wants.
It's like, yours is empty.
Yeah.
Better get to work and
Get a job.
get a job.
There's only one job I can think of.
Because I'm very uncreative. That's such a fucking idiot.
What a
It's like,
moron.
we can't afford anything.
Let's
Guess
do-
I got to whore my daughters out.
Let's get
Sounds
shit.
like he was ready for that move.
Right.
He was waiting for
that
it.
was on the that iron was in the fire.
You don't just, my wife is dead. Girls. Yeah, like that's it. You're ready. Yeah.
She's in the ground, and you're like, well, girls.
He beats the
Yeah.
dirt from the burial plot off his pants. All right, ladies, time to start shaking.
Let's fucking go.
Get to the corner.
Can we just we're probably not old enough to pull it off right now without people thinking we're talking about a 5-year-old, but maybe when we're older, let's go into a bar and get really drunk and be like, well, my wife died, and now I gotta make my daughters prostitutes.
Jesus
The
Christ.
tumor got her. Now my daughters are whores.
This was always the plan.
Just to see what people's advice is.
God, and you got to think a long and painful death. It was probably like something stupid like a kidney stone that just took her out.
Oh, God,
Or
yeah.
just got a cut that got infected.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dies of dysentery, like
Yeah.
every Oregon Trail character that you create. The next tradition we have is Christmas caroling.
Woohoo!
I can't wait to see why people thought singing outside of strangers' homes was a good idea.
Do we just
Well-
like to spread Christmas joy?
That can't be it. Tell me why.
It was a great idea. Because before the 19th century, Christmas was more of a carnival type vibe.
Yeah, Saturnalia.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if they weren't necessarily fully on board with that, those traditions kind of.
It was like a holdover kind of period. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can go back and listen to that episode, of course, last year's Christmas season edition.
Yeah, Saturnalia. This is basically it was like the Roman holiday at the time, and then once Christianity took over Rome, people were like, well, we still want
We want orgies.
a holiday.
Yeah.
So now I'm talking more the Christmas Carol and everything. This came about more in like the 1600s, 1700s.
Okay.
And this is where people would be dressed up in animal skins. They would cross-dress. And they get super fucked up and go door to door around town playing instruments and singing with the expectations that they would be invited inside for food and more drink.
This almost sounds like trick-or-treating.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
If trick-or-treating was extortion.
It is extortion. That's literally, it says trick or treat. Which do you want? If you don't give me a treat, I'm going to fuck your house up.
Give me a Reese's peanut butter cup, old man, or I'm going to fucking egg the shit out of your house.
Yeah. So what happens if they weren't let in?
Well, it is like Halloween. If the group at your door was a giant random mob of furries.
Yeah, dude. I kind of like this one.
But furries with real animal fur.
That's why it's okay. If furries only wore pelts that they fucking made themselves, cool with it.
I mean, there's probably some all-natural furries out there, right?
Like purists?
Yeah, bro, I only do, fuck this, like, polyester cartoon bunny rabbit shit. Like, I get inside of a bear.
I don't even clean it out. It just smells like rotten.
It's just that scene from...
The Revenant?
Yeah, The Revenant, yeah.
It's like, I could live in this.
Yeah.
So they would go door to door demanding their time and hospitality, and it was pretty common for these groups to trash the homes, rob them blind, commit acts of violence against the host, and even use the space for booze-fueled orgies.
So it's a Clockwork Orange. It's the scene from A Clockwork Orange. They're just singing in the raining it, raping the guy's wife, breaking all their shit.
I don't want to victim blame here, but carol me once, shame on you. Carol me twice.
You like getting caroled in the ass, dude.
Shame on me.
Yeah.
It was strictly forbidden by the church, clearly, which only made it more fun for the animals, and was even the reason New York banned the holiday of Christmas in the late 1600s.
Well, the war on Christmas is real.
Did we talk about that?
What?
The war on Christmas? Didn't we talk about that one episode? If we haven't, we should.
This is it.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a war on Christmas.
Sounds like a war on Christmas, maybe not the war on Christmas.
Not the current iteration.
Oh, that one's not real.
Here's one of the first recorded Christmas carols that I can kind of sing for you here.
Oh, yes, please.
Do it.
We've come here to claim our right.
No, sing it.
Sing it.
I don't know how to sing this. It's more of a demand.
Can I sing it?
Okay. Yeah, I'll sing it.
We'll sing it.
Okay, here.
Rob's going to sing it.
Here you go. I will give you this.
I'm just gonna do it to another song.
Okay.
We've come here to claim our right, and if you don't open up your door, we'll lay it flat upon the floor. God bless the mistress and her man, dish and table, pot and pan. Here's to the one with yellow hair, she's hiding underneath the stair. Be you maids or be you none, although our time may not be long, you'll all be kissed ere we go home. That just sounds like a rape threat.
Yeah. There's a blonde girl under the stairs. Get her.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that was.
You'll be kissed ere we go home. So we get kissed, and we're good with this. But
Something tells me they want more than kisses.
Yeah, kiss sounds like a euphemism for rough sex with animal pelts on.
well, that's what they did. They would have giant orgies inside the homes with animal skins on, obviously, just fucking each other, cross-dressed, of course, too. They would drink all their booze, eat all their food, and then take whatever they could.
How many years did this happen before, like, you have to know after year one, like, don't let the singers in.
Well, they would, if you didn't let them in, they would knock your door down.
And then do it
Flat.
anyway.
On the floor.
Like, listen, buddy, you can see us, you can watch us fuck when you let us in, or you can watch how we fuck if we have to force our way in.
It's the same.
Yeah.
What is this like? It's interesting though that like so much until probably pretty recently. I mean, relatively speaking, very recently. Most human group celebrations are like, no one knows if you're a guy or a girl anymore. We're all in masks. It's all the scene from fucking Eyes Wide Shut until like 300 years ago.
Human beings, to go back to the theme of the previous story of not being creative, it's like something comes up and for whatever reason, we're just like, better start putting stuff in holes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else to do. Let's start filling holes.
Yeah. That's it.
So Carolyn was essentially terrorizing and extorting the rich. And personally, I think we should bring it back.
Okay.
I can't wait to roll up in my neighborhood in a fucking deer pelt and be like, let me in.
You're just like,
Come on.
you show up, yeah, dressed as like a fucking shaman with an erection, and you're just like, here to carol.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. You probably don't know what caroling means.
We're purists. Yeah. Let me sing this song to you. You'll get the gist of it real quick.
You got a blonde girl and stairs?
Is she under them?
Yeah, you might want to get her under there. I'll drag her out, but
It makes the song make more sense.
yeah. Let's try to be consistent.
Which brings us to our next topic, modern day Santa. This was used to combat Carolyn and those traditions.
Okay.
Wait, so Santa fights the furries, the rapist furries?
Yeah. So if Santa sees you dressed as a woodland creature,
Oh, dude, the furry friends, the woodland
creature
Makes so much more sense, right?
Critter Christmas.
blood orgy. Yeah, Critter Christmas.
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's
you won't-
historical reference to
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You won't get present like Santa. They had to like think of like Jesus wasn't enough. God wasn't enough. They needed a more immediate threat of punishment if you break into somebody's home and fuck all over their furniture.
Yeah, so in 1835, a group of wealthy Dutch
So this
Americans...
went on for 200 years before they even had a solution.
How do we stop this? Well, it just ends after Christmas is over. Just fucking board the windows,
Yeah,
dude.
you just got to grin.
It's like a hurricane.
It's essentially the purge.
Yeah. With fun? With singing? The purge with singing is way scarier than just the purge.
Yeah.
So 1835, a group of Dutch Americans formed the St. Nicholas Society to make Christmas safe for the rich.
You know what's funny? The Dutch, that's where Amsterdam is, right?
Yeah.
The Dutch that came here, tell you what,
The worst.
they are not the Dutch that lived over there. I mean, actually, even the ones over there, though, like, it is a really, like, weird dichotomy where, like, they are either super uptight and strict. I don't know if it's like a play hard, work hard thing, or if it's just like a 50-50 split where, like, half of them are like, let's do everything, and the other half are just, like, hard Puritan.
I don't know, man. Even like the Dutch in Amsterdam, they don't smoke weed like we do. Like they water that shit down with tobacco. Like
Yeah.
they think we're like grotesque Americans for smoking like full ass just weed.
Oh, yeah, we're
Yeah.
all, like, kind of... This is people don't give it enough credit because, like, of our Puritan history, but in many ways, everyone knows we're gluttonous.
Yeah, no, we're a very extractionary society. It's
Yeah.
like, how can we make this the most potent experience possible?
Yeah,
with
it is
everything?
very much like a more.
It's drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
yeah, for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
So with the help of writers like Washington Irving and Clement Clark Moore, the society began domesticating the holiday by focusing it upon children. First, they brought over the Dutch story of Sinterklaas, a folkloric figure based on St. Nicholas, whose present given we already covered. Mm-hmm. The anti-pimpin' platform made him the perfect symbol for family-friendly wholesomeness.
Yeah, why not?
So
Because he was like, hey, don't fuck.
Don't whore your daughters out,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I still support St. Nicholas and his private donations to avoid what I assume these daughters weren't super interested in doing.
Doesn't sound like they were on board.
Yeah, like sex work is fine if you choose it. It's less fine if you're drunk dad.
That's a career path you got to find yourself.
Yeah.
You can't have someone find it for you.
You don't need.
Yeah.
You definitely don't need your dad
Can you
being
imagine
your
going-
career counselor. On
I
that.
was about to say, can you imagine going to like your high school career counselor? He's like, yeah, looking at your test scores, you ever thought about like just putting out
Yeah.
forever?
I don't want to. It's like, look, Cindy, I'm just going to say this. You got a tight bod, and it looks like it's going to age pretty good. Okay, you're the type of one that you're not going to see tread on those tires for a while. I wouldn't rule it out. And honestly, you get a retainer, you fix those teeth, you can start charging like. I mean, seriously, invest in yourself. Believe in yourself.
I mean,
Cindy.
forget college, forget trade school. Some women should be able to like take pole dancing.
You know,
Yeah, well,
like
stripping your way through college is an old trope.
a tale
As old as time.
Tale as old as time.
So what about these Dutch folks?
So they essentially rebranded the entire holiday with the illustrations and poems published by the society. So Christmas became less of a cold, drunken orgy and more of a child second birthday party.
Didn't we talk about another holiday that the same thing happened to, where they pivoted to kids?
Essentially, that's what they did. They just pivoted and made it more focused on kids, and then the carnival element kind of faded away because once the kids got involved, it was a little weird.
No, we did this with another. I think that was Thanksgiving, maybe,
It might have been.
or something.
It's-
or
I-
Halloween. No, it was Halloween.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
fucking same thing happened with
Yeah.
Halloween in New York specifically. We talked about this in another episode.
Yeah.
because the trick or treaters were literally carolers. Thank you. We get a paper towel too. We're literally carolers. Like it was the same thing. They would show up and be like, "Yo, give me shit."
Yeah. Every
We're
holiday
gonna
was
fuck
the
your
same.
shit up. It was either Halloween or Thanksgiving, but they showed up to houses.
Yeah.
Every holiday was just to extort your neighbors,
And have orgies.
which
Actually, no, it might have been Christmas. Wait, wasn't it Christmas Day where they would show up to like their bosses? It was like expected of like the rich or the boss or
Oh,
something.
yeah. No, that was part of Saturnalia. It was part of Saturnalia
Okay.
because there was a role reversal with the slaves and the masters, too. Where it was like the slaves got to be the masters of the house for 10 days.
Yeah, some weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Which again was Roman, so a little bit before this, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like, a tradition that's carried on.
So Christmas just keeps reverting back to drunken orgies and role reversals.
Human beings keep
Yeah.
reverting back to it.
Maybe we should stop reverting away from it.
Like literally,
lean into it.
Yeah.
it's a fucking miracle that every time you don't hear about like a hurricane coming, that people don't just start like banging in the park.
It's not going to be here for another 3 days, guys. Got to prep.
Yeah,
Got to
just do
prep.
it. Yeah, now we just hoard toilet paper. I'd rather do
Yes,
the orgy
God,
shit.
It's the worst.
So the next character is a little bit more European, most notably in Austria. It is an accomplice of Saint Nick.
Hans the gay elf.
Not quite.
Okay.
It's
Which part did he get right?
none of those.
Oh, okay. Not quite at all. Yeah. Okay.
So this is actually a demon that Santa dethrones and chains into his service.
I love that.
Is it a Krampus?
It is Krampus.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Krampus, great movie by the way.
I haven't seen it.
I really actually enjoyed it. It's not like fantastic, but it's fun.
Is that a Kevin Smith movie?
No, I don't think so.
Like he didn't direct
Adam
it?
Scott's in it. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out.
Krampus is a horned goat-like monster with 1 foot and 1 hoof who acts as a bad cop of Santa's operation.
Can I tell you that is the most terrifying part about him? Not the horns or like the demon face.
Just 1 hoof.
1 hoof, 1 human foot.
Where'd he get the foot?
Yeah, that's what's like. That's you just if you saw that on an animal, your brain would immediately be like, that's like wrong.
You'd want
Like,
to kill
that's
it.
Wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that shouldn't exist, and this needs to be erased, or I need to run away.
Yeah. It's like seeing like the doppelganger thing where it's like if you see yourself, you want to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like if you put 2 Krampuses next to each other, they looked exactly the same,
Even the Krampuses would try to kill each
except
other.
one had a human foot and an elf and a hoof. Like one had one of each, and the other one was 2 hooves or 2 human feet. Whatever the combo was, that would be the scarier version.
Yeah. Just the one off.
Yeah.
Asymmetry is not
Something.
fun.
Yeah, there's just something deeply sinful about that.
So Krampus's job was to scare children into being on their best behavior with the threat of being whipped with birch rods or stuffed into wicker baskets and dragged to hell.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an escalation from A to B.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more extreme than
Like if
coal.
you're naughty, you'll get whipped, and if you're very naughty, you'll be dragged into a lake of fire.
Where do I draw the line?
Yeah,
I don't know.
By a goat.
Yeah.
A goat man.
With a weird foot.
Yeah. With,
That's some fucking yes-anding if I've ever heard it. God, just like, well, then what, the Krampus will get you. What's he gonna do? He'll whip you with a cane. What if I keep doing it? He'll drag you to hell.
to be fair,
What's he look like? He's got horns and a hoof, just a hoof and a foot.
yeah, one of each.
Yeah.
To be fair, I feel like that's a fine thing to tell children because, like, kids, you give them an inch, they take a mile. Like, you want step B to be like, all right, I'll give you 1, but 2, you're literally going to hell. Because
Yeah.
otherwise they'll just keep going and going. Like, hell, it needs to be immediate. I don't know if I already told you this, but my parents would do this shit when we were like really little because they're both like government lawyers. And like we knew that they worked closely with the police and knew a lot of police. Like I remember when I was 5, my mom would be like, if you do that again, like if I like fight your brother or whatever, like I'm calling the police. I know all of them and they'll take you to jail. And I was like, what? And then like a police car drove by just randomly. They might have even called him to be like, will you drive by our house? And they're like, see, he knows and he's going to come back and get you if you do this again.
I really hope it was coincidental because that's funny as
Right.
shit.
No, but we were like, dude, that's legit. They know the cops.
Yeah.
Fuck. But that was B. Like A was you're in trouble, go to your room. And B was just like, you're going to go to prison.
Yeah, but they didn't tell you a demon sneaked into your bedroom at night and may burn you alive for all of eternity. Did
Well,
they?
I believe all police are demons. So
Oh, wow.
fine.
I won't-
Shut off failure to stop.
Yeah. No, maybe not the network to say that.
Oh God.
So that's Krampus.
That's Krampus. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Well,
Dude.
I just like to. Nothing's funnier to me than like the old timey things that people get whipped with. It's always like birch
cane.
Yeah, whatever. Like it's just a switch.
Yeah.
Every society has their own switch, essentially.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's funny that they can't even just say a stick. Like they pick the tree out. Like, oh, don't get a pine. No, you don't want a fir branch.
well, yeah. When your kid's old enough, I'm going to tell him about Adrian Peterson.
Right. He comes at night. If you misbehave,
He'll get that switch.
yeah, and no one can outrun him.
Yeah.
Surely can't.
He runs for 2,000 yards a season, pal. You're not outrunning him.
Next up, we have the Yule Lads.
Log?
Lads.
No, lads.
Lads.
It's like the Proud Boys. The
That
Yule
is
Lads.
actually like a Christmas white supremacist group.
That sounds like
the Yule Lads.
anything lads
It's
or boys.
essentially they're the pro-Christmas side of War on Christmas.
Yeah.
It's way worse.
They're
than
going to
that.
come and burn your menorah.
It's way worse than that. So in Iceland, they have a traditional cast of characters, but these people aren't Frosty. They aren't the Heat Miser. They aren't Yukon Cornelius. No, they're referred to as the Yule Lads, and they're a very problematic version of the Seven Dwarfs. Except there's 13 of them, and they're little trolls.
Oh boy.
Each is named for their primary character trait. There are such lovable characters like Spoon Licker, Pot Scraper, Door Sniffer.
Right, first off, it seems very appliance based.
I was about to say, this is
Someone's
really...
just like drunk in a kitchen. It's like, we better watch out for spoon liquor and pot scraper will get you.
Yeah, every room. The house was one room. So, I mean,
And they're like, what? Are there any other grandpa?
There are. I got you.
Door liquor.
roof thatcher.
Candle Stealer,
Oh, no.
Meat Hook,
That one sounds bad.
Meat Hook. Is Meat Hook the boss? Because Meat Hook...
I think there's two worse ones than Meat Hook. Meat Hook might actually be the worst, but I think the two ones that are comparable to Meat Hook are Window Peeper.
I don't know if we talked about this. Peeping is too playful of a word for what it is.
Yeah.
Spying.
Tee-hee. You're like watching a fucking like woman undress and you're just like,
I'm just peeping. I'm just a little peeper.
I'm peeping. You peeping?
You're not a voyeur, you're a peeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because voyeur wasn't already sexying it up.
Voyeur sounds hot.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's like voyeur is to that act as luscious as being a terrible alcoholic.
Yeah.
And of course, there's Sausage Swiper.
Ooh. Oh no.
Oh boy. Wait, what are the other names? I want to know all of them now.
Let's get them.
The rest don't really matter.
Yeah, they do.
They all matter to me.
I wrote down the ones that like I could translate to English because obviously it's Icelandic.
Yeah, the other ones are pretty boring. It's like knife duller.
Leave the rest of your imagination.
Good Lord. So first, the only thing I've learned so far is that Christmas is a deeply lazy holiday.
Yeah, the worst.
Like a man's broke and it's like, I got to whore my daughters out. And they're like, did you try getting a job? And he's like, no, I just got to whore my daughters out.
Yeah. Kids are misbehaving and it's like, it's a goat man with a hoof and a foot.
And he'll take you to hell on the second
Then we
strike.
got these little trolls that are peeping in your window.
Well, it's just whoever named them was just literally like looking around the room.
Yeah. Lamp lighter.
Floor biter.
So the kids in Iceland would receive gifts from each of them on 13 days leading up to Christmas.
Good
so it's
Lord,
kind
what
of
kind
like
of gifts?
it's kind of like a Hanukkah Christmas hybrid.
Yeah.
Cool.
With a little bit more, window peeping thrown their way.
There's some whimsical things.
Window peeper just gives you your underwear back.
Yeah, plus just meat hook.
It's just the underpants gnomes.
Yeah.
The Yule Lads also had a pet, the Yuletide cat. And his job is to eat all the children that don't receive new clothes for Christmas.
Wait, so if you're poor, you get eaten by a cat?
You get eaten by a cat. So if you don't have new clothes in time for Christmas, this cat is supposed to eat you.
That's a very exclusionary tradition.
Yeah, typically poor people live under more stress just because of financial distress.
Not children eating cats.
Well,
but
I'm just saying, it's
Come
really,
on.
really adding to that with a
It's like
cat.
grandma's got to work on that sweater or I'm toast.
Imagine it's like Christmas Eve and your fucking senile grandma's not knitting fast enough, and you're just like counting down the fucking minutes.
Grandmama, please
What's the cat's name?
The Yuletide cat. It's just,
The Yuletide cat is coming. Crazy and faster.
just a fucking mountain lion.
She's just like half. Yeah, she's just like half dead. She doesn't know what's fucking going on.
Meat Hook got her.
Old
Yeah.
meat hook up to his shenanigans.
Window peeper sounds bad, but if you see window peeper, you're okay because you can see him. The problem is you can't see meat hook.
Until it's too late.
Yeah.
So those are the Yule
Like,
lads.
don't forget. I'm a little worried. Like, don't sleep on spoon liquor.
Or door sniffer.
Your door sniffer. What if you didn't translate that right? What if door is like a euphemism? What if he's just like getting up in your
I feel like that's your butt.
Yeah.
Your back door sniffer.
or your front door for some people? Door. I think you might need to retranslate door. That sounds darker than I want it to.
Hole sniffer.
We'll leave it up to
Entrance
interpretation.
sniffer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So next up, we have, of course, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. During the 1930s, the now defunct department chain, Montgomery Ward, used to give away free books to children around Christmas. But in 1939, they decided, instead of paying some other publisher, fuck it, have one of our guys write one.
Yeah. So, by the way, that is a long way from giving books to poor children, and a long way from telling poor children the fucking cat's going to eat them for being poor.
If they don't have nice clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the store's ad man, Robert L. May, was in charge with writing this book.
By the way, people talk about this all the time today, right? Like how brands will just start making their own content as advertising. Like
Yeah.
not advertisements, but like literal content.
And they just become classics.
Yeah, well, what is it? I mean, like the current iteration of it would be like gambling, FanDuel and DraftKings, like buying up podcasters.
Or if like the Geico Gecko just became like a beloved character 100 years from now.
Well, they tried to do that with that caveman show.
They
Right.
did. That's right. I forgot about the Caveman show.
Yeah.
How long did that last? Like a season?
Half a season.
Starring, amongst others, Nick Swartzen. I think Nick Kroll was in it too.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That was a dumb idea, guys.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
So the backstory
To be
of
fair, there is currently a very successful TV show based on commercials.
what's that?
I'm trying to think.
You don't know? Half our audience is like, come on, you fucking know this.
Probably. I'm just not saying.
Started out as a commercial character. Ted Lasso.
That was a commercial character?
Yeah, it was a commercial for the EPL on NBC. And it was like the whole joke was that he was a American college football coach going to coach
I didn't care for Ted Lasso.
football. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, started out as a series of commercials.
I wasn't watching commercials.
Still starring Jason Sudeikis.
That's funny. I had no idea that was a thing.
So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was created by this guy, Robert L. Mays. He drew from his own experiences, both as a frail, frequently bullied child and as an unfulfilled adult who never felt that he was living up to his potential. Shortly after he started this endeavor to create this book, his wife also dies of cancer.
Oh, his poor daughters.
That's what we call a callback in the industry.
So May threw himself into his work, and the result was a best-selling children's book, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Good Lord.
Did his wife have like a giant red nose tumor? Is that what the life experience dropped
Might
from?
be it.
Yeah, that was it.
Got to think so.
Yeah.
Little Patch Adams. Montgomery Ward ended up printing 2 million copies of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, for which May was paid a nice round sum of $0.
It's for charity.
Well, he was right about being a loser, I guess.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, this proved a problem, as it meant that he had no way to pay off his dead wife's towering hospital bills.
Oh no. There's only one way.
Yeah.
There's only one way. This is a tale as old as time around Christmas.
Yeah. Literally every time,
Like
like,
daughters to work.
yeah, ladies, they're like, it's like, Daddy, I know how to type. I could go be a typist. And he's like, you'll be a whore. And I don't care if you like it, but that's all I can think of, and that's what you'll do.
So he kind of struggled for a bit, and eventually the CEO of the department store gave him the rights a little late. And
Aw.
After the claymation.
after he already made his money,
Yeah.
after he
Made
got
his
his.
nut, yeah.
Oh,
So
Like, you can have it.
but that's sweet.
The May family now has the rights to the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Maybe a little
Did
too
he ever
after the
go
fact.
to court for that, or the guy was eventually just out of the kindness of his heart?
I feel like it's whatever you create. Like remember when we wrote something for Grand X, it was technically Grand X property.
Yeah.
So it kind of fell under that. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
work
yeah.
for us, so it's
Right.
ours.
Like I think whoever owns Total Frat Move now technically owns like exec board.
Yeah.
So I couldn't like write an exec board pilot
Probably
and shop
not.
it around.
You would have to like at least
Yeah.
buy the rights from them.
And that would be Clay Travis.
Wait, is it Clay Travis owns TFM?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, his company, I guess.
His company.
So my likeness is on a Clay Travis property?
Yes.
It's probably on a bus.
Jesus Christ. Fucking kill me.
Next up, we have the Nutcracker.
Oh boy. By the way, I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm just going to be an asshole. I went to the Nutcracker last year with the Gleasons. Me and my wife did here
At
in
the
Austin.
Zach?
What?
Was it at the Zach?
No, it was at the theater. The other one that's off Barton Springs or whatever.
The Zach Theater?
No, the Zach Theater's at Lamar and Barton.
Oh, yeah.
There's the other one.
Oh,
the Performing
yeah.
Arts
I know what you're
Center or
talking about.
whatever.
Yeah, right there on the river.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Do not go to a ballet performed by people who are not
Russian?
trained in ballet.
Yeah.
It was so fucking bad. Like, painful.
Were people falling down and shit?
No, I mean, like, they got the moves right, I assume, but it was like, I mean, we could run NFL plays, right? Like, we could learn them and run them.
Wouldn't look good.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Would not look
Right.
very good.
Yeah, hitch and go route for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be very slow.
Right. We can learn all of that and put on pads and be like, we're doing football.
Yeah. We would be cosplaying as football players, really, yeah.
These were theater actors cosplaying as ballerinas and ballet, whatever. And it was awful.
Not good.
And me and Gleason almost got in a fight in the lobby
That's
at the fucking Nutcracker.
about what?
This fucking guy's like little kid was holding the door open for like dozens of people. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like trying to get in. And this guy, for whatever reason, we're like the 12th people he's holding the door open for. And this guy's like, you can't get your own door? And I was like, you fucking kid stand. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm just trying to get in. Like, it was a huge crowd. And then like, finally, I'm like the kid comes in behind us. And then like, the kid is it's like a redneck guy too. It's the fanciest thing he's ever been to. And it wasn't even that good. He's like, the kid's like, Dad, did I do something wrong? And he's like, no, the guys dressed like sissies did something wrong.
What were you wearing? Just like a button down?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't wear denim to the ballet.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I don't ski in jeans, man. Yeah, like Jesus Christ, dude.
like,
of
what the
course.
fuck? And then we were like in front of them in the bar line. And me and Matt were just like, are we getting in a fight at the ballet today? Are we literally?
I can almost guarantee you from the other side of that interaction, that guy was probably pissed his kid was still holding the door.
It's his dumb kid's fault.
Yeah.
I, as a father, I can tell you, if my child was doing that, I would not be blaming the other people, confused people walking in. I would be like, Rory, get the fuck off the door. Get in here.
Let
You
that
beat
guy
your
hold it.
child's ass.
Yeah.
You'd join in with the other guys and kick your child
I'd
while
just
he's
be like,
down.
you just got cucked by a guy dressed like a sissy. He got
Yeah.
door cucked by him.
So the Nutcracker is based on an 1816 story by German author E.T.A. Hoffmann. In the original tale, a 7-year-old girl named Marie slices her arm off after being startled by a vision of her toy Nutcracker coming to life.
Well,
It's pretty common in German
they had
stories.
sharp knives back then.
Yeah, that and like Cinderella, Rossenputel. The stepsisters cut their toes off to be able to fit in the glass slipper. Like, really common in German lore.
Anything that comes from Germany is going to be pretty dressed up for Disney.
Yeah.
As she recovers, her godfather, Drosselmeyer, tells her a tale of a man cursed with the ugliness of a nutcracker.
So it's the Princess Bride with self-amputation.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
By a heartless queen. So some vibes of Alice in Wonderland as well.
Okay.
When Marie eventually declares that she would love the Nutcracker no matter his appearance, she is whisked away into the doll kingdom to marry him. The two are wed within a year of meeting, even though if that was the case, she would have been 8 years old.
Right. Which is fine. I just
Yeah.
hope her dad had a dowry to fucking pay this guy.
Especially in the toy kingdom.
Yeah.
You don't want to be turning tricks in toy kingdom.
No.
Because you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah,
Toy
Mr.
Kingdom.
Potato Head's putting on his angry coming
Oh, yeah.
face.
I'm going to give you one hint at what the Jack in the Box does to you.
What does he do? What's the hint?
What? Oh, it's just bam. Pow.
That weasel pops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock'em Sock'em robots, they go bananas.
And then we got a few more quick hitters.
Nice.
That was all with the Nutcracker one?
Yeah, that was just kind of like
Just he married an 8-year-old?
an 8-year-old with one arm.
I feel like that the Nutcracker heard that one person maybe wanted to fuck him and crossed through the multiverse, ripped her out of it.
It's just Doctor Strange. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
turned her
Didn't
into
care that she only had one arm and
turned her
was
into a
7.
doll.
What, our 7-year-old? It's like,
Yeah.
well, she can't fight back too hard.
Yeah, by the way, I said that in reverse. The 7-year-old part was probably more important than the one arm part.
Probably.
Yeah. And was just like, got it.
How old's this Nutcracker?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ageless.
That's fair.
It's a nutcracker.
Yeah, right? You can't be a pedophile if you have no age.
Yeah.
Some other
It's like, I'm not a pedophile. I exist outside of time.
just to kind of wrap everything together, we got some more traditions that are quick hitters. Cookies and milk for Santa was created during the Great Depression to celebrate the little you have and the importance of giving back to others despite starving yourself.
The king that lives in the north?
Yeah.
That's who you give back? Was that like FDR propaganda to get people to keep paying their taxes?
That's some fucking victim mindset shit right there, dude.
Good Lord.
Slave mentality.
The richest man on earth is who you have to give back. Go give the milk and cookies to your starving neighbor.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the mistletoe was actually not originally used to,
For kissing?
for kissing or molesting a stranger. It was to pardon criminals.
Wait, how?
As tradition, they would just go underneath, hang the mistletoe every Christmas, and they would pardon like one or two criminals, and they would go under the mistletoe. Once they were pardoned.
I actually think the judge did kiss them to pardon them, though. That was how it was official.
Yeah.
Was just the judge would give them a kiss.
That's how you consummate a marriage.
Yeah.
In front of people, at least.
And then a little fact I already shared was Charlie Brown's Christmas special was just a Coca-Cola ad.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Great soundtrack, so who cares? It's literally it's got to be like a top 5 soundtrack of all time.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Fucking incredible.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, it's really depressing too.
Yeah.
It's very Charlie Brown.
So yeah, just a quick, fun, flirty Christmas tradition and character episode. What was your favorite?
Well, I mean, I just love. Nothing tops that dad. It's either the dad or the Krampus foot.
The Krampus foot is Hitler.
You don't like the Yule lads?
Oh, the
fuck,
Yule lads.
Yule lads.
Yeah, Yule lads are my boys. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
What's up, meat hook?
Yeah.
Meat hook in the house.
Window peeper. What's good? Pete.
We should just make a shirt with all the Yule lads.
No, we should make a quiz on the website. It's like, what Yule lad are you?
What Yule lad are you?
Yeah, you have to answer questions.
We could make some Yule lad Funkos.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh,
this-
fuck, I'm pot scraper.
Damn it. Pot's just bullshit. I'm not pot scraper.
Oh, I got door sniffer.
Fucking window peep. Door sniffer. He's the creepiest one.
Don't sleep on spoon liquor.
Yeah, don't sleep on spoon liquor. Spoon liquor will get you sick.
Yeah.
And then there's just that cat that'll eat the poor children.
Oh, YTC? Yuletide cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I like big YTC guy.
But I really do like the dad whose plan B was prostitution.
I'm sorry, plan A.
Yeah, plan A.
Plan A was
prostituting his daughters.
prostitution. Yeah.
It's the importance of getting life insurance, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they didn't have like telemarketing gigs back then.
Not in the 4th century.
You could find a job. It was a complex economy. This is the 4th century in not even Turkey at that point. Anatolia is what it was called. It was like the richest part of the world. That was like, and it wasn't even Turkish yet. It was still like Greek. The Turks hadn't moved in or anything. So this guy, plenty of opportunity to find work doing something. Complex economy. And he still was like, what money I do have, I'm going to use it to get very drunk. And then I'm going to complain to the town, really maybe complain for ties. He's like, oh,
I'm such a horrible father.
I gotta prostitute my daughters. You know my daughters, right? I don't want to prostitute them, but I gotta.
Either way, we're open.
Yeah. What my address is, isn't this horrible? And by the way, if you're a pimp, you're taking handouts.
Yes.
You're not doing any work except for the complaint advertisement.
All a pimp does is take handouts.
Yeah.
Who do you think maintains the schedule? Organization is important, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
I guess he might be. They're probably using their own house. So maybe he's paying rent on that.
Yeah.
A pimp is the SAP software of prostitutes. Just keeps everything in line.
Yeah. Wow. That's a deep business cut there, Dan.
Yep. I hope that someone at the bar was like, your daughters? Here, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $20 if you suck my dick. And he was just like, no, my daughters. That's how it goes.
I'm above that.
Yeah, no. Really, like, I want to go back in time to that bar and just be like, no. Here's a bar of gold. You do it. Right now. You do it. And just see what he says. I'll have a Greek translator, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, there might be details left in that story. Like St. Nicholas just climbs through their chimney and leaves the gold without anything in return. Makes me wonder.
Yeah, I bet he came down their chimneys all right.
One of the daughters was up, and she was like, Santa? And he was like, it's not a thing yet.
Sinter?
Yeah, Santa?
Santa Claus?
He's like, it's not, why would you even say that?
That's really weird of you.
Yeah.
You up?
Yeah. And then she's like, can I do anything for that gold? And he was like, yeah, I guess what your dad was going to have you do for it anyway.
Because it said former bishop. I didn't know you could retire.
Well, the Pope did.
Benedict did, yeah. But I didn't know that was possible.
Well, first off, no, former bishops retire. Yeah, there's always former bishops. You don't just, pretty much with the exception of the Pope, most of them do peace out in their old age and go into retirement. The cardinals, bishops, all that stuff.
Wait, doesn't Benedict still just kind of dick around at the Vatican?
Yeah, he's still there. He's living in an apartment or something.
What does he do?
Nothing.
Does he even come to meetings or anything?
Yeah, I don't know. The real question is he still infallible?
What happens if they have differing opinions?
See, I don't think he's infallible anymore. I think you got to wear the hat.
Yeah, the hat is where the power comes from.
Yeah. Also, what kind of smoke do they release when you retire? The white smoke is for the new pope, right? But black smoke is for dead pope?
Black smoke is for dead pope. And also, then after the pope is dead, the black smoke is for just being like, we haven't made a decision yet. Mm-hmm. And then white smoke is, we figured it out.
What is the pope just gave up smoke?
I don't know.
It's just a fire shooting out of the chimney.
Yeah. There's no smoke.
Why
even make a fire for that?
And it's like, we're not thrilled about it either.
He just shoots off a flare gun?
Yeah.
Like SOS?
Benedict sucked, though. Pope Frank is tight.
Well, he was a part of the Hitler Youth, right?
I don't think he had much of a choice in that.
Yeah, not a lot of people did. He was also a Yuletide lad, though. Not a lot of people know that.
He's a Yule lad?
Yeah.
Which
Quiddy
one?
Ben.
Which was your least favorite Christmas tradition that we talked about here? Or story?
I mean, I wouldn't be too thrilled about the whole furry orgy gangbang in my house thing.
Would you be a part of it?
That's what there was a 200-year gap, right? Between when that started and when Saint Nick started fighting
out.
it. Yeah. So
not even maybe longer. I'm just saying, when they covered it, when it became a real problem, was like the 1600s.
So the fact they couldn't figure out. So at one point, you got to think everyone's like, all right, well, if you can't beat them, join them. Then all the houses are empty. You're already in the big pile. It's like good to the town square.
That sounds terrible too, because it's almost like reverse pledgeship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when you're a pledge, like you have to, you're like somebody's fucking servant or whatever for 6 months. You're like a little bitch for 6 months. But the next 3.5 years or more, you get free rides and someone cleans your house for you and stuff like that. This is like the opposite. It's like you get a couple years of butt fucking in somebody else's living room. And then
you start a family of your own.
Yeah, and then people start fucking BFing in your living room until you die. And they might be the ones to do it, depending on how long it takes you to open the door.
Man, I bet you that's a weird conversation when you finally tossed your sneakers on the power line for being the rapey furry yodeler or caroler that you are. And then like
Certainly
they show
not a
back up. It's like,
silent
oh, hey, Jim, we're here to, pillage your home. Hey, man, how's it going?
Yeah.
Open the door.
You're literally getting it paid forward to you.
Yeah. You get yours.
Yeah. You would think that would curb some of the behavior. It'd be like, man, whatever I do. Like, you go into somebody's house and some, like, 8-year-old, like, sees your face as you're just, like, jizzing on their Christmas tree. And like, the mom is, like, screaming and you just, like, smack her and drink some brandy. And you're like, nothing matters. It's Christmas. And that, like, 8-year-old sees you. And then 10 years later, he shows up to your house.
It's like,
and
I
you've got,
remember.
like, an infant. Yeah, he remembers.
I remember.
It's like, I saw what you fucking did.
Yeah, trauma. It's a vicious circle, right, bud? Yeah. If only we all had empathy.
You think that would, you think that would curb it a little bit, but
Nah,
no.
that's not how it works. Hurt people, man.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one really thinks that far ahead.
No.
Especially then.
You're having an orgy in someone else's living room. You're kind of in the moment.
You also might just die tomorrow
True.
from natural causes.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Tuberculosis.
Catches you.
Meat hook.
So are the
Get ya.
carolers the Hitler of the story?
No, it's the dad.
It's that dad.
It's
that
the
dad
dad.
is the Hitler. That dad is the worst.
The most unsettling one is the Krampus foot thing.
I'm actually going to go with Nutcracker is like Hitler B.
Marrying a 7-year-old?
Wait, a 7-year-old harmless girl loves me?
Yeah, kidnapping the first person who expressed any remote interest in getting romantic with him.
Yeah,
And
it's like
it's
he,
a crippled child.
he just Katie Holmes'd her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, who startled her into cutting her own arm off?
She did. She saw a vision of
of the Nutcracker.
coming to life. So maybe
Kind of a revolving cycle.
So the Nutcracker essentially showed up and scared her so bad she cut her own arm off, presumably on purpose. And then as soon as she got Stockholm syndrome for the Nutcracker came through to her dimension,
pulled her into his.
ripped her out of it, and married her after a year of,
Courting?
imprisonment. I don't know, maybe the Nutcracker's Hitler.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
What about Montgomery Ward, the department store that
No, I'm
That's
going to
capitalism.
full victim blame on that one.
Yeah.
on May?
Yeah.
You don't think May deserves his own
Maybe
content?
don't
I'm sorry,
show him
he
the
wrote a story about how he was a fucking loser who never lived up to his potential, and then someone stole that story of self-awareness from him and fucked him even harder.
Isn't that what happened to J.D. Salinger?
I don't know.
Yeah, Catcher in the Rye is about a loser that doesn't amount to anything.
Right.
Oh, these kids, you can't erase fuck off all the bathroom stalls. You never can. God damn it. Like, God, I read that story as Catcher in the Rye is only good as a 12-year-old.
Right.
And then you read it again later, you even start it, and you're like, nope, this kid sucks.
I never read it. We had to read it for English class in high school, and I didn't read it, though.
There's a really dumb scene. There's a bunch of dumb parts of that book. My least favorite, though, is when he's like, what happened to the fish when the water freezes? And then he gets real sentimental about it. So do they just die down there?
Yeah.
What happens? And it's like,
So J.D. Salinger was just experimenting with marijuana
I guess.
in the 1950s.
My favorite reclusive author is Thomas Pynchon.
Ah.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed The Stranger when I read it in high school. I do not know why.
Camus?
Life's pointless.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I was like, man, this is so French.
I killed a guy. I'm just going to walk on the beach
Yeah.
and then be in a jail cell.
And then be happy about getting guillotined.
Do I care? I'm not happy. I don't care.
I do not care. Nothing matters. I am very French.
Yeah, that book sucked. So did the book where
I'm sure if I read it now, I'd fucking hate it.
Metamorphosis, where he turns into a beetle.
Kafka's book?
Yeah, that sucks.
Russian literature is just like straight absurdity half the time. You're just like, oh,
Yeah, look where they live.
yeah. It's like, yeah, I guess if I lived in a
Yeah,
fucking
most Russians
Siberian
probably,
wasteland, I would
most
hate everything
Russians
too.
probably like wished they were a beetle.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
had an apple was thrown into their back.
Yeah.
and caused deformity.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
So yeah, that's all I got for this episode. Make sure to go ahead and rate and review. Leave 5 stars if you can, please. And thank you. Tell a friend about the podcast because that's the best way to grow it, is word of mouth. Go ahead and check out softcorehistory.com. Buy yourself some merch. I'm currently wearing a Topsy the Elephant t-shirt that you can buy there.
One of our listeners, I forget his name because I don't have my phone on me, just sent me a pic today. Bought the 2 Irish to Die shirt.
Get that right now.
Another good one.
Who knows what the supply chain issues are? So it'll be, you order it now, I guarantee you'll get it by St. Patrick's Day.
You will get it by St. Patrick's
Which
Day.
is when you need to have it.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to ask you where you got that shirt.
Yep. And then you're going to be like, softcorehistory.com.
You heard of Softcore history?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, no.
You ever heard of the Yuletide lads?
Yeah. The Yule lads.
Oh, yeah, Yule lads.
Yule lads. Yuletide lads doesn't work. Yule lads is,
The Yuletide cat.
yeah, Yuletide cat, Yule lads.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is like, that's the type of thing like you see like the leader of the Yule lads on Tucker Carlson one night.
Definitely.
There's
I'm here with
there's not a
Spoon
0%
Sniffer.
chance that like the Yule lads are a white supremacy group, right?
There's a non-0% chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Like there is, yeah.
Yule.
That's a real thing.
But yeah, follow us on Instagram at Softcore History as well. I believe you're Jake W. Goldman.
I am.
I'm Dan Regester, Regester. And your Instagram is...
Rob Fox 3, all spelled out,
Yeah.
including the number is
So
spelled
if you
out.
want to follow us on Instagram, you can do that too.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. My Instagram and Twitter are the same. I think all of ours is the same.
But really just help us grow the podcast by telling a friend about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully we entertained you this week.
Wait, and by the way, when we say this, like we actually have grown quite a bit this year, and we're really thankful for you guys for helping us do that. Our numbers are great. Obviously, as you know, we have ads now. We didn't have that. At the
We get
start.
paid.
Yeah, we get paid to do this now, but help us keep growing it. And yeah, hopefully in the new year we expand on things a bit. But we're in a good place right now, and we are very thankful for what you've done so far.
And
Agreed.
we got some things, some irons in the fire right now for the new year.
Yep.
That we're talking about. We might be launching in 2022, so be on the lookout for that. For Rob Fox and Jake Goldman, I'm Dan Regester, and you just got soft served.